got a condo in Manhattan. Baby girl, what's happening? You and your ass invited, so gonna get to clapping. Go pop it for a plan, pop it for me. Turn around and drop it for a plan.
Preview of Greg's birthday party. He's going to have them.
I can see Greg up there moonwalking. I want to get one of those big Greg fat heads with the
I'm gonna
with the
call
mullet
Greg while this is playing. Yeah.
and like waving in the crowd.
We had one at senior night. It was a canvas picture, and I swear to God, it was bigger than the size of that TV. They had it on a stick. It was hysterical.
Of Greg Connors?
No.
Billy!
Greg!
Greg!
What's up, Billy?
What's up?
What's happening?
What's up?
Sounds like Greg's already at a .10.
Greg woke up at a .10 probably. If he's in
I
Vegas.
did wake up with a .10, I think.
That's awesome. How has it been? Give us the deets.
Sucks.
Oh, my God. This place is insane. I mean, I've been to 16 Super Bowls. This location is by far the absolute most fun, most crazy, absolutely insane. Anytime, the next time the Super Bowl's here, you just got to come. It's been amazing.
How's the W game? That's where
Oh, my God.
wife or worker.
We've been playing, and the first night we're here, we go to the bar. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. And we finally get in. We check into the hotel. We go downstairs. There's this 28 to early 30-year-old brunette. Looks like a young Italian girl from, the east side. Let's go, man! And I said to Jennifer, I'm like, she's working. She's like, no, she's not. I'm like, she looks like one of my best friends. I go, she's totally working. Guy comes up next to her. She goes, if you want, you can buy me a drink if you want. He doesn't buy her a drink. She gets up, goes to the other side of the bar. We can see her on the other side of the bar. She sits down next to this guy in his mid-60s, kind of frumpy dude. She sits next to him, starts talking to him. She doesn't buy her a drink. You see her get up and walk away. It was unbelievable just watching how these interactions occur.
Yeah.
And it's funny. They're the girls next door, man. These are the girls that when you walk the mall or you walk into a Bills game, they're the ones who are tailgating. I don't understand the mindset of it, but it's a lot of fun to watch.
with your yard of daiquiri.
So how was
the espresso martinis have been flowing, that's for sure.
All right. How was the Bruno Mars concert?
Could be dangerous.
Oh, my God. He was fantastic. It was a great show. They wouldn't let you bring any phones in. So you had to lock your phone, put it in one of those cases, and then after the show, they unlocked it.
Okay.
Great show. He was kind of lost a little bit. He brings great energy, and he's just a phenomenal performer. But you can tell he's been doing it now for 15, 20 years. Doesn't quite have that same pop tip in the step. I have to tell you, the best, most absolute concert that you've got to see in the entire world. Go Bears, man, go Bears! You have to see U2 atmosphere was unfreaking believable. It was like moving. It was like emotionally moving.
Wow.
It was unbelievable. You go and see that show. If you're going to spend money to do anything and you want to have a fun life experience, you've got to come to Vegas and see U2 at the Sphere. It was mind-blowing.
The Sphere is
revolutionizing concerts.
Really? Why do you say that? What is it about it that would be revolutionizing concerts?
So the technology that they have with that Sphere projection and how it interacts is unbelievable. I mean,
Really?
it's like, you're in this 20,000 seat concert venue, and there's this little stage down in the center. It looks like a bunch of ants are down there performing. But when you look at it, and then you look at all the graphics, all the technology that goes into the show that they have, it's unbelievable. The colors, just the graphics, the print graphics, the picture graphics, how they take, there's this one part of it where it has like Bono's doing Bono. And by the way, Bono is probably the coolest cat individual human being you could ever see. He just has this thing about him. He's kind of like Kevin. He just like walks on water and just jovial.
That's me, baby.
But they have this part of the show where all these letters and graphics are like scaling up the stop, and it goes all the way to the ceiling, up to the top, and then they have it, and it looks like the ceiling is coming down on top of you, like it's going to compress you.
Wow.
And it's all graphic driven. And so you're looking up, and it looks like the ceiling is coming down, like it's going to press you. And it's the coolest thing in the world, but it's not happening.
Right.
The visuals, it truly was amazing. And when you go to AT&T Stadium for the Cowboys, the video board is so big that you find yourself looking at this board because it's so big, it's so clear, rather than the game itself. It was so amazing, the graphics and the technology, that you were like watching the wall and all the other accoutrements in the show, rather than almost on the stage, because it was so entertaining, and it was really. Bruno has this. I like Bruno Mars, but seeing him in person, he's got this cachet about him, and he's so political. He's lucky he didn't get booed last night, but he just has this cachet about himself that was pretty amazing. It was definitely the best show I've ever seen.
Fish is probably going to be mind-blowing in that sphere.
Well,
when you start getting the weed and the mushrooms involved.
I was just thinking the same thing. I forgot Fish is there, but I know Dead and Company are there. And I go, someone's going to die. Someone's going to have a panic attack if they,
because it's so steep too. Yeah. You get up top on mushrooms and weed and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Is that how it works?
You may be in the front row by the end of the show.
Is it only 20,000 seater, or is it more than that?
I think it's 20,000.
Okay,
it's amazing. I mean, the look on that.
And there's a small floor too, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a standing room only on the floor that holds a couple thousand, I think.
Okay.
And again, the part of the graphics is that we're sitting there, and then they start scrolling like pictures and stuff, and it felt like, and they were scrolling down. It felt like we were moving. And the other thing about the stadium is that they have these, in the chairs you sit in, they're interactive. They like vibrate, they move, they shake.
It's going planetarium.
It is like that. And it was interactive with the song. Like there were certain things, like with the drum solo, and he's freaking pounding, and your seat's vibrating with the beat of the freaking music. It was so freaking cool.
Is it better to be like higher up there, away from the stage, versus being down by the stage where you're seeing the show on the sphere much better? Or?
Yeah, there's actually, so the recommendation when I was looking to buy the tickets, I was like Bruno Mars, man, center mic, 15 rows, right there on the floor. I was like, I got to see my guy. And that was great. But I then looked for the sphere, and they were like, you don't want to be in the 100 level or the floor level because you have an obstructed view. You have a limited view. You can't see all those graphics that scroll up the sphere wall, up to the top, because you're on the floor. You have to crank your neck or turn around. So one of the preferred areas I went to the 200 level. And then and then you could see the whole thing. The further up you are in that respect, I think you get a better depth perspective of the top of the ceiling, and then down to the floor where Bono is. We can still see Bono, we can still see the band, but if you go up higher, I mean, damn, they literally look like ants. It's crazy.
That's amazing. Now, how about party wise? Have you been to parties, and who have you seen?
OJ.
Well. We have actually not been to the parties like I normally do because there's so much more. We did the Bruno concert Friday. We did U2 last night. And then we came back to the casino. You're back at the hotel. And then you just people watch. You play the W game. We played the W game for like 3 hours last night, just laughing our asses off.
Yes, that would be awesome. I was saying that about like OJ is out there. Obviously, he's not in hospice. He did this whole thing. And I said, I don't want to party with OJ. I just want to watch all the people around. Like, I could sit for hours and just watch this. Yeah. It just sounds fascinating to me. All right. Go ahead, Greg.
Watching, again, this is a male-dominated event, right?
Yes.
There's a ton of women. There's, wives and girlfriends and all that. And it's great for that part. It's very inclusive. Hey, Dion, go. Dion Turner just run by.
You got to call him Prime. Coach Prime.
Excuse us, mister.
Coach Prime, baby.
Mr. Behind the velvet rope.
there's no need to go to the parties. You just watch people,
Yeah.
and it's absolutely amazing to watch these guys interact with these women, and you're just like, what compels men? We watched the guy come up to this girl that was sitting 2 down from us. He's got a wedding ring on, right? And you're like, and I was like, oh, is that his girlfriend? Is that his wife? I mean, she looked like she was in her late 20s. He looked like he was in his mid 30s. And there was a older woman sitting next to this girl. This guy comes up, they talk, he leaves, she follows him, she comes back 45 minutes later, talks to her madam or whatever you want to call her. They square up on the drinks. You see some cash between her and the older woman, exchange, and then they get up and they leave and they go to another bar.
That's fascinating.
It was just like, what are fucking people thinking? I mean, that's just bizarre to me.
They're thinking that they're getting laid. They're thinking they're getting some strange.
God.
That's what they're thinking, right?
I'm thinking about all the disease. I'm thinking about all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I'm
Don't buzzkill the
old
fun.
school, man.
Jesus.
Well, so Greg,
You should
I had
have
fun. I
You
was
should have
watching
grabbed
it.
that guy. You should have grabbed that guy. And go, hey man, all the disease, all the everything he's seen.
Oh my God.
Greg,
Stephanie Ide says, get a panel before you get into hookers.
everybody walking around with their little ID cards. Yeah, I'm clean except for this.
That's funny.
I wanted to walk up to him and go, how was it, man? Was it worth the money?
Was it worth it? Was it everything you thought it would be?
Oh my God.
Was it
I
everything you thought
didn't.
it-
I
We're
refrained.
disappointed you didn't.
Yeah, the espresso martinis were flowing pretty strong, but I didn't want to create too much of a scene.
That's like Red Bull and vodka, Greg. You got to be careful with that. It's like convincing your body that, oh man, I can run a marathon, but I want to go to bed.
Yeah, that's exactly the way it's been, Dan, the last 3 days.
How about the game, Greg? What do we think today? I hate that I'm being pulled this
The
way.
what? Wait, what'd you say? The what? Is there something going on here? Because I thought the Usher concert we were going to.
Oh, the Usher concert. That should be a great concert.
there's
and there'll be some surprises from what I'm told or read.
Yeah, I heard there's 11 guys who are going to break into the Bellagio and somehow rob the thing of
Ocean's 11.
$160 billion.
But the game itself, I feel like I'm being pulled towards Kansas City as the underdog, and I don't know why.
No, don't do it. Don't do it, Bill. Don't do it. Stick with the 49ers. Look, my analysis is the 49ers are like the Bills, but healthy. And the 49ers, the Bills, if they were healthy at linebacker, would have beaten the freaking Chiefs.
Yes. I agree.
And the 49ers defense is healthy. And Chase Young if Chase Young shows up and plays this game, he'll get another contract. If he doesn't, he's just going to be a free agent bouncing around. So he's in his contract year. He's got to show up to perform. I'm going with the 49ers. And I also think Brock Purdy is, they talk about
it's a
game
great
manager.
story. It's a great story.
He doesn't make mistakes, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. And as long as he doesn't make – he does not have to win the game. You got McCaffrey. You got AU. You got Kittle. You got Deebo Samuel. Kittle he just got to do enough not to lose the game for him. Because the talent's going to take care of it.
Right. Well,
I hope you're right, Greg.
I hope you're right as well. There's just something with the Kansas City Chiefs. Haven't been there. I don't know. There's some mystique aura about this.
We got to
team.
prevent this dynasty from happening.
Yes, I know.
We've got to do whatever we can.
We don't want that to happen, and we don't want that.
we don't.
Craig, were you able to go to the NFL Honors Thursday night? Were you able to go to attend the award ceremony? Because back here, the big controversy was, and we all knew this was going to happen. Why did Josh Allen not win the MVP? Well,
because he sucks.
No, that's not
didn't
true,
have an
Greg.
MVP
Come on.
season.
Or Kevin, come on. No, I mean, like, everybody wants to talk about him being the MVP. Why? Because you're in Buffalo. If you were in Baltimore, you would not be making this case for Allen. Even though you could make a case, for just about everybody in the category.
Yeah, I mean, that's why they were all nominated. I mean, they all had great years. They all are extremely important and critical to their team. The question is, who has a better publicity campaign to get people to move in their favor, And Josh had a couple opportunities in the season to step up on a national stage, not prime time, but other national stage, the Denver game.
Yes.
It didn't work, and I hate to say it, but even though they lost, it wasn't Josh's fault.
No.
A loss is a freaking loss is a loss.
Right.
They always pin it on you. You know, you get the good, you get the bad. Let's put it this way. If the Bills were 12-0 in November from the beginning of the season, he would have been the top candidate, but they weren't. That's why he's not. Am I disappointed Josh didn't win the MVP? Sure I am. But should he have? You know, that's such a subjective debate.
Sure is.
I hate the award.
The biggest, to me, the biggest controversy, the single biggest controversy, the biggest idiotic vote I saw was DeMar Hamlin not getting comeback player of the year.
Right.
Are you freaking kidding me?
I agree.
What Joe Flacco? Flacco, what? He came back from being an old guy who's sitting on his couch. DeMar Hamlin died.
Yeah. Hey, Greg, there's a guy who's sitting on this panel, not Dan, not Bill, who thinks that DeMar Hamlin didn't deserve it. Kevin, why do you?
I didn't say he didn't deserve it.
Kevin, would you like to explain why to Greg that DeMar Hamlin didn't deserve the award?
I never said he didn't deserve it. I said he played just as many games as Flacco did.
Wow.
Greg's getting.
I'm sure.
Wife or worker?
The W to MGM Park. What was that? So why did Kevin think that DeMar Hamlin shouldn't have won the?
I said that Flacco
player?
played as many games as DeMar did, and Flacco did more in those 5 games than DeMar did.
That's bullshit, Kevin. That's not what the award is. Not that you came back and performed. The award is that you came back from nothing and then contributed.
Yeah, he came back from his couch and contributed.
He came back from death.
Park MGM, please.
And what did DeMar contribute to, other than 67 vision billboards around town?
He might have contributed to 12 men on the field in the Denver game.
And he contributed to a bad fake punt.
Oh, wow.
Kevin.
Just the fact that the guy
I didn't say he didn't deserve it.
Alex Smith won it for just coming back to Washington after he had his knee broken in 17 places. I mean, if you can't give it to DeMar Hamlin, then the award should be thrown out entirely.
But I think I
agree. I agree with Dan 110%.
I hate awards. But that would.
Kevin, I would even have voted for a Patriot. If a Patriot player had enough heart to come back from dying and then make the team and get on it, I would even have said the Patriot guy would have.
Yeah,
but they haven't, and they didn't. DeMar Hamlin got screwed.
Maybe you'll get comeback player of the year for cornhole this year, Greg. Maybe if you come back, give their ass whooping.
I don't know about that. I certainly wasn't dead. I've been close to lifeless here the last couple of days, but I haven't died.
All right. Well, where are you off to now?
Next year, New Orleans.
Is that where it is?
Yes.
Yeah, New Orleans next year.
It's gonna be lame next year.
We are in a cab on the Strip heading to Park MGM, so we can then walk over to the stadium.
All right. Well, enjoy the game. Thank Jen for allowing you to talk to us and interrupt your time there. But God, it sounds fantastic. And always, I said to Greg yesterday, you always make for good pod, Greg. Always good pod.
Hey, Greg, it's amazing. How much did you have to spend to get the Connors and Ferris logo on the sphere? That was amazing.
Yeah, you climbed right up to the top. We saw you up there.
Is there a big picture of you and a little picture of Ferris? What's going on? Is there like a power dynamic?
It was the projection TV I brought with me in my suitcase. That's what it was.
Very good.
Bring us back a worker, Greg.
All right, Greg.
Let's go, Bills.
Let's go, Bills.
Dude, I got my Bills hat, my Bills sneakers, my Bills jacket on my shirt. I'm all Bills out, baby. Let's go.
We're confused. They're like, yeah, the Bills didn't make it. Are you okay, sir? Have you had too many Grey Gooses?
He's going to be giving the coin toss.
Enjoy the game, guys.
Thanks, guys.
All right, see you later.
Go Bills.
Text in at 585-206-8866. Did you hear the latest fake news on the O.J. Simpson being in hospice? Yeah, it turns out the only thing on its last leg is his old alibi. His actual health fits like a glove. Fits like a glove.
Artie Shore over here.
We will take a moment. We make complaints when we get bad service.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, but we don't complain about certain things, and I have a complaint.
You got a complaint, Bill.
I got a complaint.
You're not a big complainer.
I'm not, but I have a complaint.
Unless it's management.
We will get to this next, but first.